Bramborough back with some Grand Tactician Civil War. Our USA campaign on very hard, very high difficulty and aggression. Where we left off in the last episode, the Army of the Northwest, the Confederate Army of the Northwest, had besieged Fort Charlisle at Winchester. Hooker's 2nd Corps came over to assist. And that siege was going pretty much in our favor. However, the 33,000-man Army of the Shenandoah, under Joe Johnston, if he is still in command of that force, was trucking up the railroad here in that direction. And so before Johnston could get close enough, we went ahead and turned the tables and transformed this siege into a tactical battle. And the Army of the Northwest has now been defeated and I think is about to retreat back up the Shenandoah Valley. As soon as I get time rolling, there's still going to be some rearguard and pursuit action going on right in this area. And with Johnston coming up the railroad, Hooker's force is fine as far as morale and readiness and condition, but at least for the moment they are low on ammo because of the battle which they have just completed fighting. In any case, here in the pretty near future, I believe we are going to see another battle right in this area as the Army of the Potomac engages the Army of the Shenandoah. And how exactly that's going to play out, which corps engages first, how many reinforce, well, we'll see how it goes. Other than that, in the west, we still have 7th Corps coming down the river to Columbus, Kentucky, where they're going to do a little bit more readiness improvement, but we'll soon come on down here and we'll get these forts cleaned up. Army of the Mississippi is kind of staying at Memphis for the moment. And I'd remarked before about we built a fort here, but this fort is protecting the river approach and the western approach, but is doing nothing to defend Memphis from the east. So I'm going to go ahead and have Lyon build another fort on the eastern side of Memphis. Maybe, if I can get a gray spot. Okay, that looks eligible. Kind of, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Okay. We'll do one on that approach and one down here. That may be superfluous, but no one will be able to accuse Steedman of having left Memphis underfortified if and when he finally decides to move down the river or to the east or whatever strikes our fancy. I think it's time for McClellan to get moving down this route. We are still technically in winter, but it's only 2 weeks left. I don't expect him to meet much opposition, at least not while he is still in Kentucky. I'm going to go ahead and have him move up to the Cumberland Gap. Oh, that's a copper mine. That's got to be pretty good to pick up as well. So we're going to come here. We're going to build another supply depot. Might build another fort to guard this mountain crossing here. And then we'll come on down into Knoxville. First Engineering Corps, almost done with this fort. I haven't really thought about what to do. I think what I might have First Engineering Corps do, he will have West Virginia sealed off, but this is a major piece of Confederate supply infrastructure, this this rail route down through here. I think maybe I'll have Pope just come down this way and sprinkle forts along in here. Kind of seal all this up. Oh, and he has picked up his engineering perk. There we go. Okay, I think we've paid sufficient attention to the other theaters. Now let's get time rolling and see what Johnston does here. Sixth Corps kind of moving closer. And I've got First Corps coming around this way toward Culpeper. The unspotted wild card is that the Confederate Army of the Potomac is currently unspotted, and that's about 30,000 men as well. Okay, this is looking... Hooker is still low on ammo. We might very well find ourselves with the untested, untried 6th Corps under William, is that Little or Lytle? That may be our lead corps as we engage the Army of the Shenandoah. Okay, yeah, 6th Corps, 1st Corps under Hancock, only 7 hours behind. So they will definitely get on the field in time to make a real contribution. Apparently this is pulling Winfield Scott from D.C. Weird. Well, you know what? I think I think Scott has like 3 little artillery battalions with him. So, yeah, join the party. And the Army of the Shenandoah is unreinforced. Neither the Army of the Potomac nor the Army of the Northwest. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the map, see what the situation is. Get the initial deployments and movement orders going, and we'll cut back in. Okay, we are on the Manassas map for this Battle of Manassas Junction. It is a meeting situation. There is one objective on the map. here called Newmarket and Sudley Road, and it is currently unowned by either side. Our entry points were up here in the north. And the Corps came on one of these. I forgot which one. And McDowell himself and his staff came up here in the corner. We expect Hancock's Corps to arrive in 7 hours from Manassas Junction, which is this entry point way down here. The Confederate entry point is over here on the west, Warrenton Turnpike, and didn't have any of those telltale flat areas along our deployment arc. However, Cav was able to spot a few Confederate forces right here. So Johnson's got his army probably arrayed kind of along like this. He's going to want to come down in this direction toward the objective, or he might just attack straight into us. So I wanted to get in a defensive position that prevented him from getting any closer to the objective, and also decent ground. So I didn't really want to set up this way. He could just kind of walk past us. But there's a nice little open area here. This creek runs down through here, and if you look, this topography looks pretty good. So my intention is I've got one of the smaller divisions in this little Hamilton. This will actually be our right flank division in place. Schenck will bring up his 3 brigades along in here. And then the other division, if I can click it correctly, under George Thomas, will come up through here, form on our left. 1 cavalry brigade sitting a little bit forward on the right flank. Keep these units under spot. The other cavalry brigade I put down here, and he's just going to run down here and grab the objective at the beginning of the battle. Artillery, I kind of want lined up along the crest of this high ground along through here. So they are limbered up and ready to move forward. Some of these may be starting in creeks though, and there's a fence. Let me just kind of tweak them up a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, let's get time rolling. So let's bring the artillery up to about like so. Times division, Schenck rather, about like that. Thomas, if I can get him, there we go. Thomas will come over here. I think Hamilton can advance just a little bit in these woods. Let's go ahead and get skirmishers out. The skirmishers will put right up in the creek cover. That's why I didn't move the brigades right up onto the creek. Kind of leaving that for their skirmishers to take advantage of. Okay, now let's move Whiting forward a little bit. Let's get his scouts out. See if he can tell just a little bit more about what Johnny Reb is doing on the other side of Chin's branch. It looks like they're moving right toward us, is what it looks like. Oh, forgot to get Merritt running there under Buford's divisional command. For the moment, we are about 10,000 less. We got 26,000 on the field, and the rebels have about 36,000. That will, of course, flip when Hancock arrives. The Confederate, if the Confederates advance, it's going to be kind of from this direction, not directly across the branch. I'm kind of thinking Hamilton cross the branch, go into something like this. I don't think he needs those scouts out anymore. Okay, I think we need to shift. I'm just going to back Stevenson up. Oh, he's got reboard muskets. Ugh. I'm just going to back him up just a little bit because there may, or there may not, but there may be a little bit of forest cover right in here. That's the only reason I'm backing him up. This looks like a nice opportunity here. These skirmishers over here. Fire at this artillery that is underprotected. I do not know if they're going to give him time to... We'll try. Why can't you just go over the fence? Ugh. Okay, we need to get some artillery firing here. Let's just unlimber them all for now. I don't know why that would be considered a fallback. Why is that considered a fallback? Oh, because he's... I don't know what he's doing. Okay, let's get this cavalry. Let's have them come up here to the top of this high ground. cav forward. Let's go ahead and keep moving this infantry up. I see no reason not to. Skirms have been driven in. We need to get them right back out. I think this brigade's too close for him to do so. Okay, they're just bypassing our left flank entirely. They're going to come around this way. They're just going for the objective, I think. Okay, skirms. Get up there. Shoot out. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, there we go. barrel carbines, mediocre accuracy, but 300-yard range and 9 rounds a minute. See how long Merritt can stand up against Jackson. Yeah, these are breech-loaded carbines. They really shouldn't have the the muzzle loading animation there. Okay, initially that casualty exchange is going well for us. Okay, Car White at least has yellow coverage now. Stevenson does not yet. Who is this? For some reason they took a route all the way over here and then back to this position. Okay, hopefully these 3-inch ordnance rifles can find some shots from here now. We'll see, I don't know. Okay, this is going over here decently enough. Okay, here we go. Stevenson now has cover and is engaged. He's getting it from forest though, not from forest cover, not his breastwork. Going real good. This casualty exchange over here is enormously in our favor. But as I've mentioned already, at least once or twice, kind of at this very hard difficulty, I think this brigade would have broken or at least been wavering and started to fall back before now. But on this difficulty level, they're standing strong. This brigade over here is a mess. 5th Brigade under Irwin. They're not doing a hot job. Manson not doing much better. Okay. Whiting is working on this Artie over here now. Dismounted. He is taking some casualties. He's within canister range, I think. Are these skirms still engaged? Okay. That artillery is routed. These brigades really aren't doing crap over here. Let's go, guys. Stevenson's getting pretty toasty there. Okay, I need Jackson to waver and break so that the cavalry can kind of slide over and support Stevenson. But then we've also got this other Confederate brigade coming up. And Merritt's starting to run low on ammo. Okay. Both of these battalions routed, and now we're working on this little bitty cavalry brigade here. Kind of hoping that Shanks guys, you need to get a little bit of cohesion together here. Nope, that was a mistake. Didn't want to do that. That doesn't seem like where I want him to go. By the time the halt order gets to him, he'll be about right. Yeah, that's about right. Now, see if the medium will do it. Oh, 7th Brigade's getting wrecked. I don't really see much of a way to immediately relieve pressure on him. Start having this cavalry fall back this way. What is that brigade doing? Okay, let's push this cavalry up along this creek. Inside the commanders, there we go. Okay. Let's have both of these pull their skirms in. They seem to have outlived their immediate usefulness. And Stevenson is broken. Understandably enough. Okay. Okay, Cav needs to fall back further now. Brigade's killing me. I'm tired out or something. Okay. And just got a little bit of fence credit for cover, so yeah, I guess he's fine right where he is. Rotate Manson just a little bit. About hatch. How's our Cav doing back over here? They're falling back. And a big... What are you doing? Why can't you just fall back in a straight line? What's so hard about that? And they're taking... And now they're taking flanking fire because they completely are turning all the way around before they start moving backward. I think that's... Is that Missouri State Guard? Came all the way over here to Virginia? That can't be right, can it? Oh, White's not far from breaking either. Okay. This is starting to get a little worrisome, to be honest. What are you doing? Get back here. They've turned completely around and are now just letting themselves get shredded. Alright. Halt order. Back over here, Buford. I mean, y'all saw the order I gave him, right? Did I do something wrong there? Still got like 3.5 hours until Hancock even enters the field. I mean, we are ahead on casualties, but not by all that much. No, they're turning around again. Stop it. Here, just stop. And then they're routed. And they mounted up. Probably because they're routed. Meanwhile, I had moved artillery and completely forgot to unlimber some. Here, let's get you just pointed in this direction. Having the foggiest idea what this brigade is doing. Kind of scared to give these guys the order to, to go into loose order, because I have no idea how they're going to implement that. Okay, yeah, they did such a great job too, and they would have been fine except for whatever weird AI maneuvering thing just to fall back in a straight line. I don't think I gave them like some weird diagonal path that confused them. Okay, we've got unsupported artillery right here in the center. Let's see if can I get skirms out? No. Well, he's firing directly on him anyway. That's great. That guy's gone. Okay. For just a little bit, get fire on that battalion. If you can just hang on a little bit longer and break MSG 6th Division first. Corps commander needs to move up. McDowell needs to move up. Okay, how's this cab doing? Not too bad. We seem to have successfully gotten into loose order without causing too much of a problem. I don't know about this Graham guy. His brigade kind of leaving everybody in the lurch over there. White's on his last legs. But MSG 6th Division is falling back. Let's have this brigade just fall back. Hopefully they can do so without wrecking themselves. Thomas. And now we've got all this artillery over here. It's pretty much unprotected. But I think Johnny Reb is about to, yeah, he's falling back. The pre-retreat retreating is underway. Start moving the guys forward. And they're crossing. Halt. Why do they do that? Okay, 6,500 to 3,500. I think at least 500 of our casualties came from these weird maneuvers that the AI does when they're trying to implement a new order that don't really make any sense. I don't think there was really any good reason for that cavalry brigade to have broken. Okay, enemy retreating, 47 minutes remaining. We're at 20.6% on casualties inflicted. Okay, we've just flipped over to major victory. Now I'm just going to fast forward. I'm not going to micro more pursuit here. We'll just shoot what we can shoot on the way out here. That was a fairly intense battle there. Johnston takes 10,000 casualties out of his 36,000, loses about half of his artillery, about a brigade's worth of cav, and 7,000 infantry. We took over 4,000 casualties ourselves. About 500 in the cavalry, and 3,500 in the infantry, and Thomas's division just got tore up, which of course they did, because that was the flank that they loaded up on, and you know, the one brigade routed, but it wasn't that. I mean, that was going to happen to anybody. I hope that commander did not get defamed, and the other brigade with him in Thomas's division came within a whisker of routing himself. But they held on and they did the job. Hopefully those okay, First Corps never came. Yeah, they were still an hour away from arriving. Okay, I think that would have been the 3rd Division was Thomas. 6th Brigade still confident. They came close though. But let's see how 7th Brigade did before they broke. Okay, they took 36% casualties Yeah, 35% casualties overall in Thomas's division. That's not great. But okay, so they took a total of 2,000 casualties and inflicted 2,300, kind of even. And those two brigades were armed with rebored muskets. Because at the time I outfitted this bunch, that's all I had for the last couple brigades. So I need to fix that as soon as I can. I'm sure by now there's probably some Springfields and Enfields that have come in. All right. Did they pick up any experience? 6th Brigade did. 7th Brigade did not. Now, it's just the one brigade, but New Hampshire's a fairly small state. 7th Brigade may have taken enough casualties that New Hampshire state support may actually have gotten visibly affected. 6th Brigade picked up the star. Was not too impressed with 1st and 2nd Division, to be honest. Apparently each one of the brigades in the center division under Schenck, apparently they all picked up a star. $3,000 casualties overall inflicted from this division. It was fairly evenly distributed among the 3 brigades, too. And then 1st Division, yeah, 1st Brigade, 1st Division, they were the ones that were all tired and they were always in back. I saw some feuding going on there. For some inexplicable reason, they appear to have picked up 2 stars of experience. Oh, that's the commander, not the. Well, 2nd Brigade picked up a star. And then finally, how well did our artillery do during that whole? A combined total of 580 casualties inflicted. By and large, they were all banging away pretty good too, and that was creating a lot of morale problems among the Confederate brigades. Enemy national morale drops by 1.2. That's a pretty big drop for a battle. So normally you're like right around a point. In our military experience, 1.3. Okay, Hamilton got some fame. I think this Hamilton is a historical officer. Maybe they just don't have a good picture of him and he gets the gray portrait. But I don't think he's a random volunteer guy. I should look that up. Okay, glorious victory, Hamilton a hero. I do not see a defamed headline here for either one of our 2 routed brigade commanders, the 1 Cav brigade and the 1 infantry brigade. So that's good. And do we have, yeah, no telegram saying that either. Okay, so Army of the Shenandoah, where's the most likely place for him to retreat? Probably Charlottesville. Gordonsville is now flipped Union because Johnston is no longer putting out influence around him, which also means this big foundry, the Confederacy's biggest single foundry, at least it was last we looked, is considered Union controlled as well. It sure looks like this would be a good time for First Corps to come down and take Richmond, Virginia. And then 6th Corps, the now blooded 6th Corps, who's picked up a little bit of experience, they can kind of slide down here into this Fredericksburg area to support that movement, while Johnston retreats probably to Charlottesville. Okay, but I think that will do for this episode. If you like the content I've been doing, please leave a comment, please leave a like. If you really like it, maybe even subscribe. But in any case, thank you very, very much for watching.